Hello, welcome back to the second video on this channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make an obby kind of thing with teleporters, and it'll show how many obbies you completed, but if you do the same obby it won't change the value. So over here I've just made some very basic obbies. I made a jump one, a lava one, and then a ball one, and over here I made like a teleporter thing. This is obviously very terrible and you can do like whatever you want, but in this episode you do whatever you want. You can have as many obbies as you want, but so what you're gonna want to do is you want to come over here, you want to create a script and serve a script service, call this whatever you want to call this, stats loader. Now this is going to be using the same script as my last video, except it's gonna add in another folder with a different name. So game get service players dot player added net function player local folder 1 equals instance dot new folder 1 dot name equals leader stats 1 dot parent equals player folder 2 equals instance dot new folder. Now here you can call this one whatever you want. I'm gonna call this one completed obbies. Okay, so then what you want to do is you're gonna create your variables for folder 1. So I'm gonna create local obbies completed equals instance dot new integer value obbies completed dot name equals completed obbies. Remember, you can have spaces and strings and that will pop up in the leaderboard. Obbies completed dot parent equals folder 1. Now let's create the obby values. Now you'd repeat this until you have all your obbies here, but I only have 3 obbies. So local O1 equals instance dot new bool value. So you're gonna create bool values. You're gonna find out why. So bool values are true or false values. You're gonna paste this as many times as you have for obbies. So then you're gonna come over here and do O1 dot name equals obby. You can call this whatever you want, it's not gonna pop up. I'm just gonna call this obby 1 O2 dot name equals obby 2 O3 dot name equals obby 3, and then O1 dot parent equals folder 2 O2 dot parent equals folder 3. Wait, no, I didn't mean, hold on. O3 dot parent equals folder 2. Change that to folder 2. I didn't mean to do that. So pretty much what it's gonna do is just gonna do leader stats. So it's gonna broadcast everyone how many obbies you completed, and then here is gonna be a private folder, so no one's gonna be able to see this. And well, let me set the parent of the player, by the way. But so then no one's gonna know it's there, but you're gonna use that to keep track if you've done that. Actually, why don't we do O1 .value equals false, O2 .value equals false, O3 .value equals false. It should automatically do it, but let's just do it. So I don't know, it should already have it, but just in case. So first thing you want to do, now that we're done with that, you need to create a spawn location for the player. Now you can make them visible. I'm just gonna come over here, do this, move this one over a little bit. So then you're just gonna come over here, copy all these. Now if you want to make them invisible, then what you want to do is you want to come over here, transparency 1, anchored, yep, and then there should be another value. Oh yeah, wait, I just think I saw it. Should be cast. Yeah, there we go. And you want to come over here, delete, delete, dang it, delete. Now, in order to make my workspace a little bit less crowded, I'm gonna, oh, wait, I did not mean to do that. Okay, I'm gonna call this lobby. So now that we're done with that, you want to come over to your obbies. Now let's create a block, and let's call this teleporter. And you're just gonna want to put this in the center. I'm gonna go ahead and change the size of this, and so it's a little cube. And you're just gonna put this where you want your player to spawn in, and raise it up with the ground a little bit because you're not the spawn location. It spawns your players above them, but here it's gonna set your player inside of this. So what you want to do, transparency is 1, cast shadow off, anchored on, and then you want to look around for can collide, turn that off. And you're gonna just move this up. Hold on. So then you're gonna move this over to your second obby, position it a little bit better, duplicate it again, move this over to your fourth obby. Let me move this one over here, and then you're gonna put this, bam. So now it's inside there. We're gonna do this inside obby 2, and we'll put this inside obby 1. And wait, no, obby 1, not obby 1 teleporter. Also for obby 2, I have a kill thing, but instead I'm gonna edit the strip. So instead of saying part hit dot parent dot humanoid root part dot c frame equals script dot parent dot teleporter. Wait, dot parent dot teleporter dot c frame. So pretty much what this is gonna do is when it's hit, you're gonna do that. Yeah, that's pretty much what it does. And then what you want to do is you want to delete all the strips inside there, because I already had this set up, but I want, instead of killing them so that they have to go all the way back to the start and have to go through the portal again, it just respawns them at the start of the obby. And now if you want to do checkpoints, it's going to be a little bit more complicated, but for now that's how we're going to do it. And bam, bam. And we're going to duplicate this, put that in there, duplicate this, put that in there, yeah. So while I do this, go ahead and skip ahead, but before you skip ahead, just go ahead and do everything that I've done, and skip ahead to when I'm finished with this, because I'm not going to talk until then. So yeah, go. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, first let me just double check that yep, I don't need that there. And then me come up here, oh wait, yeah, then hold on. So this one, if I do it, okay, okay, yeah, that's good. So make sure not to put the strip inside of the floor, because it'll repeatedly teleport your player. And now that we're done with that, we have our teleporters in place. Let's come over here to the like the teleport position. Now let's come over here. Let's go in there. Let's find also, in case you're wondering how I made it say obby1 on there, put a surface GUI and text label. But I'm not going to go into detail. You can watch a tutorial on that if I have one on my channel, which I probably won't. Or you can just watch someone else do it. So we're going to insert a script. We're going to do oh, also, if I were you, I'd make can collide on this false. But we're going to do script.parent.touched connect function part hit if part hit dot parent dot class name equals model. Then so it's going to check if it's a player. Then we're going to do we're going to do part hit dot parent dot humanoid root part dot cframe equals workspace dot obby1 dot teleporter dot cframe. So now that we're done with that, if I run the game, I'll make sure that there's no errors, because if there is, I'm going to have to debug them. Also, make sure to anchor everything if it's in the sky. So, you see I'm in here now. If I go into lag. CFrame is not a valid member. Oh, I actually put CFame. Okay. Okay, so make sure you spell stuff right, because that's one of the main, one of the most errors I've ever had. The reasons for them are from spelling. So make sure that you spell everything right. So now I'm in. It spawns one of those spawners, and if I were to come over here, bam! Now I'm in the obby, and I can do the obby. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this script inside of the other ones, except we're gonna change it to obby 2's teleporter, because we're using teleporter, this is the teleporter for obby 2, not obby 1. We're gonna turn can collide off, and we're gonna duplicate this again, and we're gonna put this side here, change this to obby 3, change the part, can collide off, and now we're done with that. Now that we're done with that part, we should go ahead and make a also, let's go back into here. Let's do local co equals instance dot new string value, and we're gonna do co dot name equals current obby. So now that we're done with that, we're going to co dot parent equals folder 2 and co dot value equals nil. So pretty much what that's going to do is it's going to keep track of the obby that you're currently on, so we can add in a go back to lobby thing. So it's gonna kill the player really fast. It's gonna respawn them. So I'll do that I'm gonna split this episode into parts. But so now that we're done with that, we're gonna come over here. Where is this one? Okay, so this is gonna be the teleporter, and we're gonna duplicate this. We're gonna drag this over here. We're gonna change the size of it to be how big you want the hitbox to be. I'm gonna change this to be this, like about the same size as that. Move this down a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna call this we're not gonna call this teleporter because we're referring to the teleporter in one of the scripts, so it might break it. might teleport us here and instantly let us win. So we're gonna call this finished obby detector. We're gonna insert a script into here. And we're gonna do script.parent.touched connect function part hit if part hit.parent.class name equals model. Then we're gonna do game get service players dot we're gonna do game dot players find player get player from characters script dot parent. Here we're gonna change this to be local player equals and we're gonna do player dot leader stats. Hold on, let's go back to here. Let's see what folder 2's name is. Okay, let's change folder 2's name to not have a space. We're gonna do obbies. We're just gonna call obbies, and we're gonna do dot obbies dot, and we're inside obby 2. So we're gonna do what's the name of obby 2? We're gonna change this to have no spaces in it so we can access it in the script easier. Okay, so here we're gonna actually do if player.obvious.obby2.value equals true, then player. No, we're gonna do part hit dot. I don't know how to respawn a player, so we're just gonna create a humanoid in the thing. We're gonna do a script. We're gonna do script.parent respawn. No. Take damage. Let's see. How do you respawn the player? Actually, here, we'll do that in the next episode. We're just gonna delete this. So we'll come over here. So we're not gonna do this now. Else, we're gonna do an else. So if it's not true, meaning they haven't done it, we're gonna do player.obby2.value equals true. Player.leaderstats dot let's see what we called it here. We called it completed obby. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna copy that. We're gonna come over here. Completed obbies dot value equals player dot leader stats. Completed obbies plus value plus 1. And then we're gonna So once I test this out, that'll be the end of the first episode. Fix any bugs. Wait a second, is there any values in there? Oh, we accidentally capitalized the L in leader stats. Never do that. Change that to be lowercase leader stats. So I didn't notice that, but go ahead and delete your comment saying that I accidentally changed the leader stats name to capital L, or go ahead and delete the comment that says that. But yeah, it says completed obbies. I mean, if I don't really if you want to fix that, then change completed obbies to be just obbies. Well, once we do that, we can change that, like the script, it'll be a lot easier. But I'm going to change it to obby so it doesn't get cut off like that. See, now it just says obbies. Now if I were to come over here to obby 2, you see I have to finish this parkour thing, but the script does work. Let me just finish this real quick. No, I was so close. You know what? I'm just gonna add in HD admin so that I can just give myself fly. So yeah, I'm just gonna give myself fly with HD admin so that I can give myself making myself fly. Wait, why isn't HD admin service disconnected? Well, either way, I think I need to make the second obby a little bit easier. But Roblox Studios lagging. Okay, so let me just come over here to obby 2. Let me just come over here. Let me just grab some parts. Grab some parts like so, and just delete them. And now I'll test it out. So it's a little bit easier. Make sure to test your obbies out. See if they're too hard or if they're impossible or anything like that. But let me just, now that that's fixed, I can come over here. Do this obby pretty easily because it's fixed. Now this part's still kind of hard. And we're done with that. And come over here, bam, bam. But look, oh. Next nil with obbies. Oh, okay. So there's two things I need to fix in this script right here. So, for one, we're trying to get the player from a part. We need to get it from the part hits parent, not the script's parent. So, part hit.parent. Second, we can change this from completed obbies to just obbies, because you know how we changed the thing from completed obbies to obbies. Now that we did that, that should work. So once I finish this, just to show it works, in the next episode I'm going to be doing a teleporting thing. So when you finish it, it'll check if you already completed the obby, and then it'll teleport you back. And if you already did, it'll just teleport you back. And then we'll also do saving it. So we'll save the players' data so that when they leave and rejoin, it'll yeah, I'll fix that in the next episode because it's this video is already 23 minutes long. But yeah, in the next episode we'll do setting up a data store so that we can save the players' obbies completed, so that if I complete the first obby and I leave, when I rejoin, I'll still have one obby completed to my name, and if I redo that obby, it'll still stay as only one obby like completed. And we'll also do it so that it teleports you back, and then we'll add in a reset button. We'll also make it so if you fall off the edge, it won't kill you, it'll just respawn you back. And that's it. So for this episode, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode, and goodbye.